Here's a quick walkthrough on how to patch the bus on 5 Awesome Channel Amps wired as a mixer, and we're showing it in a Suite 10 today. You could use any 10 space rack to do this, and you can patch anywhere from 2 to 24 units together. So basically how we achieve this, each unit's a double space, so you've got your direct in and outputs on one side, and then your bus in and outputs on the other side. So you only need one special cable, which we supply, and the rest of it is on standard XLRs that you've got laying around your house. As long as you've got a rack with jacks on the back, you can plug this thing together. So let's spin it around, and I'll show you how to do it. In order to patch this as a mixer, you need to take the bus in and outputs and patch them all together. So your bus output is going to be on the top channel of one module, and the bus input is going to be on the left side of bottom of the next module. So now you've got the channel amp in space 1 and 2 and the channel amp in space 3 and 4 bus together. So you could take these two, if you had, say, 2 mics on a guitar cab, and just take it out of here, but we'll patch the whole thing together so you can see how it looks. So following down the line, you would just take your bus output of that channel and patch it into the bus input of the next channel, and then take the bus output of that channel and patch it into the bus input of the next channel, and then take the bus output of that final channel, plug it into the bus input of the last channel. Now you've got the whole rack is patched together now to mix. So your LCR switch on the front panel will send it either to the left or right side, which is in this cable, or the center, both. And then what you need is this cable, which is not, looks like a Y cable, but it is actually not a Y cable. It's got the bus mixers in the cable, so you absolutely need this cable in order to get out of this box. So on your last channel, depending on how many of these you patch together, be it 2 or 24, you would take the bus cable, plug it into the last bus output in the chain, and then your left and right come out on here, and this is 150 ohms at mic level. So you would just plug this into any mic pre that you've got laying around your studio. You could use a pair of ours, you could use a pair of anyone else's that's ever been made, so long as it has a 150 ohm mic input on it, and this is your left-right bus. Ta-da, there you are, all set up and ready to go. So just for some further clarity on the subject, you would have, now your mic inputs would just be where you'd expect them to be, on the bottom right side of each channel. Like so. And if you wanted to take a direct out from each channel, you could do this simultaneously while feeding the mix bus, and your direct out would be located at the top right of each channel. So if you had all your mics or line inputs going in, and you were feeding direct outs to a converter, and then you wanted to do a mix as well, your rack would look something like that. If you were wiring this into a patch bay, your rack would look exactly like this. And the one thing about the direct output and the bus output is they are both derived from a winding on the output transformer. So the tone that you're going to get from coming direct versus on the bus is in terms of the bus feed directly, it's identical in every way. We're not taking the bus feed from before the transformer or from anywhere else in the circuit. It's just off a secondary winding on the transformer. So one of those windings goes to the direct out, and one of those windings goes through the bus out. So all the tone that you've built up through this box into that transformer is coming out the same way, be it directly out on a +4 balanced line out, or on the 150 ohms mic level for the bus. It's exactly the same. Here's a quick and easy permutation of how I've been using this thing over the last couple months. I mean, lots of people ask, oh, I don't need to build a whole mixer, and no, you don't. If you have a pair of these, you could get cool stuff done. And here's one example of that. So when I'm tracking guitars, I typically have 2 mics on a guitar cabinet, or 1 mic on the cabinet and another mic in the room somewhere. So what you could do, which is really super cool, is take your first microphone and plug it into one unit, and take your second microphone and plug it into the next unit. Now, you take another XLR, take the bus output from the first channel and plug that into the bus out input of the second channel. Now you've got, if you assign both of these left, then, or right, it really doesn't matter. Then you can take our bus cable and just use half of it. And you can sum this to you could sum this to the next mic pre in your box, whatever it is. And you'd have these 2 channels mixed together, and then a makeup of your mic pre of choice next to it. This is my best argument to buy 2 of these, because tracking 2 mics on a guitar cabinet with these units is completely amazing. But of course, if you had 3 microphones, just to illustrate, it would look like this. You could take your third mic and patch it in. Take the bus output from the second channel to the third channel, and then now take the bus cable, plug that into the last unit in the chain, and now you've got these 3 units summed together. And you could even do, a straight up 2 channel. You can put this one left, right, and center. Plug these into two mic pre's next over, and now get these 3 left, center, and right. Or you could assign them all left or all right, and then just have 1/2 of these 3 all together. So you could do 2 mics close on a speaker cab and 1 mic far away. You could do 3 microphones on a drum kit in mono. There's the possibilities are kind of endless. You could do the 3 microphone David Bowie Heroes track, all that good stuff. So lots of flexibility, but as you can see, it's super simple to patch up. Maybe initially looking at the website, a little hard to visualize, but picture speaks 1,000 words. So also, just to beat the dead horse here, so you got these 3 channels summed together. You've got your mix bus coming out on this cable here to whatever mic pre's you got laying around. And if you wanted to record these tracks separately in addition to the mix version, then you would just patch into your converter the direct out on these 3 channels like this. So you've got your microphones coming from your recording space, wherever that is. Let's say there are 3 mics on a guitar, so they're coming in here. Now you got those 3 microphones direct out to your converter. You're laying them down on discrete tracks in your recording software like everybody's used to doing. And then additionally, now you can combine these 3 tracks in our box through our bus and come out here, and then you can plug this into any mic pre that you want and be set to go. If you were to patch this into our channel amps for makeup gain, then of course you get the added advantage of using the EQ in addition in your summing. But it is really, 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 really simple. If you wanted to get super pro about this, you could, wire your rack to a patch bay, or if your rack is already wired to a patch bay, then you just jumper through your patch bay for the bus, and your direct outs are direct outs. So it's not so complicated, but hopefully now it's a little easier for people to visualize.